We close the first trade, the second trade on this currency pair also closes in plus. We were able to make money on it and it is very good. I'm sure you're also tired of these loud promises that it's very easy to make money on binary options. If that were true, then everyone who writes me would become rich in a week. But I'm not going to promise anything and mill the wind in this video. I just want to show you how my time goes when I'm trading. Watch my logical and consistent actions and conclude for yourself whether it or not. I would also like to say that I have prepared a small mind map, which will allow you to better navigate in my strategy in the process of earning money. I have laid out 4 main points that will help you achieve success when trading this strategy. We'll start with choosing the right asset, then we'll move on to marking key trading levels, then I'll explain to you exactly how a trade originates, what the triggers are, what exactly causes our downward or upward move. So we will have a very simple but very time-tested tools. And lastly, I will give you one very valuable information that will allow you to avoid a huge number of mistakes. This feature is it's built into the Pocket option platform. Unfortunately, not many people know about it, and not everyone pays attention to it, although it is incredibly important and useful thing. So watch this video to the end to learn about it. Let's start with the first point, choosing the right asset. What does it mean? Right now we are going to figure it out, and this moment in front of you is an example of an asset that you shouldn't trade on using today's strategy. This asset has a pronounced downtrend and there is no consolidation. That is, the stock market is constantly falling, constantly in a downward or upward movement. Now I will switch to the example of the asset that we will most often use in our trading. There is no pronounced trend on this asset. We have clear support zones, resistance zones, between which we can trade and look for patterns for cool upward and downward movements. In simple words, there is no trend in the stock market, there is sideways movement, the stock market is up and down, and unlike this chart, we don't have any very long-term trend, which is dangerous for our strategy. Let me open my first trade, and at the same time we will deal with the second point, marking the key trading zones. What are key zones? There is a fairly simple schematic diagram here. You can also notice that one of the type of currency pairs which are appropriate for us, a classic sideways movement is formed. So there is an upper boundary from which the chart is constantly pushing away here. And here, most likely in this place. Thus we have such a wall formed, and this zone becomes a key area of interest in those moments when the chart, let's say, approaches this area next time. So we realize that we have had a lot of reactions from this area, so we can predict another decrease or, on the contrary, another increase if it is a buying zone. Here is a very simple example. I made a trade on this downside. Of course, for several other reasons, but I will tell you about them later. The most important thing is that I choose the right asset. I choose an asset that does not have a clear trend. It has a certain sideways movement. I choose the moment when the stock market approached this resistance area. That is, if you look at the history, we have already had reactions from this area in this place and in this place. So I expect the same reaction in this place. Anyway, there is a seller here who is interested in selling from this area, so why I'm going to hinder him? I'm just going to join his movement. So using the first simple 2 points from my checklist of my strategy, we close the first trade and from 200 we increase the balance to 384. I won't take a very long risk, but for a while I will have to increase my balance. I think we can continue trading. At the same time, I will gladly tell you about the third point of my checklist, which is to look for triggers. Because as you realized, trading only from support and resistance zones, as in this case, is simply impossible. It will not bring you any result. But if you use the right triggers, I have several of them, but today we are going to talk only about the CCI indicator. If you have extra knowledge about candlestick patterns, of course, I think you know exactly how to apply this knowledge. Everything is very simple with the indicator. It is a classic oversold and overbought indicator, which reacts much faster to all sorts of changes on the chart, unlike RSI. I also use RSI very often, but in slightly different cases. Let's add the CCI indicator. It could be done very simply. In the panel of the Pocket Option platform, we click on this indicator, expand it, and customize it. We do not touch the period, but in the style, we touch the upper boundary of oversold, change it to 150, and change the lower boundary to minus 150. Now you should remember a very simple and clear rule. You open trades only when the CCI indicator goes either over the upper boundary or over the lower boundary. At these moments, there is an imbalance in the stock market and the chart can really start to decline later, or a buyer will come to the stock market and quickly buy out all the offers. The zone between that is between 150 and minus 150 is a normal trading zone, and there is no point in making any trades against the trend, because in such cases the trend only develops and you can lose your money. The first trade was made here on a very simple principle. We had a support zone plus the CCI indicator was in the oversold zone at minus 191. This opened a good opportunity for me to open a trade on the upside and I made money on it. Let's see what happens with the second trade. So guys, the second trade on this currency pair also closes in plus. We have raised our balance quite well, because there were actually risky bets, but the situation is working out perfectly. Let's find another one just like it. Guys, with a little delay we enter the trade. I take the risk, but look, what a great situation is unfolding here now. We have come smoothly to the fourth point of my checklist, because most people trade on the candlestick type of chart. This setup is a must in order to make money with this strategy and more. I don't know why so few people pay attention to the fact that here you can turn on just the Japanese candlestick completion timer. This is very important because look how I have a small divergence and the candlestick will start forming a new one right now, and I still have the old one trade open. This should not happen. You should always enter trade at the very beginning of the formation of the Japanese candlestick. This is a basic rule that you must internalize. Now my 400 trade is closing, not super confident either. We have already started to get a reaction here. The chart was recently is an overbought zone, and there is a level here that I told you about in the second paragraph. Yes, you can pick global reversal levels as well. This is basically all one local level, and I'm still waiting for a downside move from here. Now I'm going to see how this candlestick closes. If nothing supernatural happens, it doesn't grow much, then right now I will open another downside trade. Such moments can be very dangerous because sometimes a candlestick is just starting to form. You enter trade when there is a candlestick like this. Let's say you enter trade on the downside, and then the stock market turns sharply. This candlestick becomes a growing green colored, and you absolutely don't understand what to do with it because your position is not relevant. So to avoid this turn on the timer here, and be sure to follow my step-by-step checklist for making very simple and profitable trades. Well, finally, we have the movement that I have been waiting for all this time. Yes, obviously, this is not our first trade, but nothing prevented me from continuing to trade until the pattern clearly works itself out. Now, of course, it is too late to enter to the stock market because the indicators are not even close to being overbought, as it was at the beginning. But nevertheless, we were able to make money on it, and it is very good. My friends, I have only one trade left to make at least 2000 on my balance. This is a very cool goal, and my signal robot will help me to do it. I just turn it on now and activate it for 2 hours. If you don't mind, I will get the nearest first signal from it. It can be like this, and just make this trade. take my profit, and we will summarize the video. My friends, nevertheless, we get a signal. My task is just to copy and make a trade on this asset as quickly as possible. We had a signal for 5 minutes on the rise, so we just open a trade. I don't know why exactly here or exactly now, it doesn't matter to me. All I do is just turn on the notifications so that I can react as quickly as possible to the signals and open a trade. They can be for 15 minutes, they can be positive or negative. All the stats are in the channel and in the description below this video, so you can use it all. Let's see what we get out of this. Listen guys, we have the last trade closing in the plus. Sure, it wasn't a super correct position, but look, my real balance of the account is now have 2000, and it's not a demo account like you might think. It's a real account that just half an hour ago had only 200 in it. What if we have here with the robot? The robot is sending us a positive signal. Of course, if I had entered a minute or 2 minutes later, I would have made a loss, so be sure to turn on notifications here in order to receive signals and react to them instantly. My friends, thank you all for watching this video. See you soon.